Buddy checks me. Topic of conversation. And hats off, this guy's got more memorabilia in here. Tracy Edwards, look, Penguins, move out of the way. Here's what he really has and cares about. Ohio State. He's ready to retire and play some golf. So he's got his Ohio State Buckeyes. Tracy Edwards, a brother from another mother. I made it to world headquarters. I can't tell you how much I love AAA, everything about it. I had a chance to really meet so many of the people that have been behind the scenes for years. Senior Vice President Bevy Powell's here. Andrew Benacki is here. Marita Williams is filming the video. You know who they are, 30 plus years. I even communicated with Mr. Lehman the other day, sent him something rather special that actually brought a few tears to his eyes. Why? Because we love Tracy Edwards. And after an incredible career, he's calling it a day. So my question is, you got grandkids, but what are you going to do now that you're not here at world headquarters anymore?
Well, I said to my kids, they sent me congratulations this morning before I left. And I said, well, hey, what do you think? What are you going to do? And I said, well, I'm going to become a knack to you guys. And we have 3 granddaughters. We're going to spend a lot of time with them and try to figure the game of golf out again. I haven't played as much, and we'll figure it out, Rob. Maybe I'll come work for you.
Listen to me. I want to talk about the evolution of the brand that is AAA East Central. From those little motor clubs in the 3As that we all remember growing up in those motels, it has become a juggernaut. Cyberspace, the world of technology, enabling people to travel around the world, see incredible places, experience once-in-a-lifetime things that become memories that last a lifetime. But it really all comes down to what we have been doing. And when we decided many years ago by Jim Lehman, who said, we're going to do this on the radio. I'm like, how are we going to talk travel on the radio? Well, it really did paint pictures, theater of the mind, and it's now decades strong, and it's even stronger than ever before. And we're going to talk about the Pittsburgh Travel Showcase in a minute. But it is amazing the journey we have been on since the infancy. Even before the internet, we were doing that show. And now people will actually call us on their smartphone from a cruise ship or, stream a video that I can link into, AAA can link into. Right. So the world of travel has gotten smaller, but it's even more exciting because we hear these stories all the time, people who book these trips to travel to places that we can only dream to be.
Well, excuse me, Rob, great stuff. And it did start back in, the early 90s, as you remember.
I remember.
Over 30 years, can you believe that? Where did the time go, first of all? And you're right, that's what we've been saying. It was before the internet. That was the internet for us to get those travel specials out. Remember the 199s for 5 nights to Florida, including airfare. Right. We had some really, really good deals back in the day. And that was the only way we can get those out there at that particular time in a short notice. So that was a big start. And you always said, look, you have the travel show in Pittsburgh. We've been doing it since the early 90s. You two were ahead of your time because think about it. The travel shows on TV, you were there. You did it. You were a part of it. You and Jim started it all, which is really amazing in itself. And here's the other thing too, Rob. Think about this. How many shows last over 30 years as well? And AAA's been great. You've been great. It's been awesome.
It's going to be really tough. I got to tell you, it took a lot to get over Jim leaving, now him, and Marita's still here with me, but I have these incredible young people now who are keeping me young and keeping me on the edge of everything that's cutting news in the way of travel. And I get that motorist every month. The membership is still the best money you'll ever spend. It's that card, the only card that you carry that actually pays you money because you can get discounts all around the world with it. But I want to talk about you and how this journey began and how it became not just a passion, but a career.
Well, I started over 43 years ago and started out delivering tickets, believe it or not, for a company, the only other company I worked for prior to coming to AAA. So I did that. And you say, why did you do that? And I did that to get my foot in the door with the company. Worked there for about 3 years. Came here as a travel advisor and worked in corporate travel, retail travel. And back in the day, we started out back in the Horn stores.
Right.
We had offices there, and I joked around that we were located behind the pots and pans. That's how you can find it. It was true. We were behind the pots and pans because I'd have people come to me and say, hey, I didn't know AAA was in Horns. I said, yeah, behind the pots and pans, you'll find us. So anyway, we were there for a few years, and we closed those offices. And matter of fact, Jim Lehman was the manager of those offices back then. So I said manager, and then he became the president later on. So a lot of growth within the organization. It was growth for me to be where I am today as the managing director of travel. A lot of great memories, a lot of great employees. People can't see the woman behind the camera there, but Marita has done a great job. Just great team all the way around, Rob.
Yeah, and to Debbie Evans, who's also retired, my dear friend, I'm sure that she's going to be watching this, shedding a few tears as well. But they're really tears of joy because you work for this, you've earned it, and you have a family, a wonderful wife, children, grandchildren. So you're going to be busy. But one thing is for sure, I got to make you work just before you go. PittsburghTravelShowcase.com. It's an incredible event. I'm doing more of these around the country now, but it gives people a chance to get out of the cold weather like today, get into the David L. Lawrence Convention Center. Everything that they do here at the world headquarters and all of those brick and mortar branch offices, it's all under one roof for 3 incredible days, 24th, 25th, 26th. We have people there telling stories, these vendors in these incredible theaters that can take you to places that honestly can become a reality right there because you can book it on the spot. So that's a great event.
Yeah, it is. And it's January 24th, 25th, and 26th, Rob. And we had a great year last year. Let me tell you what's going on right now. You know, it slows down a little bit. Everybody's in the festive mood during the holidays.
Right.
And it slows down a little bit in the travel world here as far as bookings and everything. But I can tell you yesterday, it spiked back up again. People were coming into our offices booking travel right off the bat, first day, you know, after January 1st. And also the phones have spiked up. It's been great. It's been a great run. This show is obviously, Marita, we will say, it's the only place to get the best deals for the year. And I'm telling you, it's not only our AAA offer. He's going to drop the gloves on me now.
No, I literally slipped out of my hand because I've just moved right now too. It's hard hearing all this. I love you.
Yeah, and you know, and doing the show with everything else.
Can anybody? All right, yeah, overcome by some emotion there. Tracy has been such a part. Imagine what it's going to be like, but time marches on, and the great thing is I can still find him when I need to. But know this, the thing about AAA that I will take with me the rest of the way, if you're looking to start a career that can become a lifetime full of passion and to give you an opportunity to travel and do things that you could only dream of, right now will be a good time for you to lean into AAA and become a part of their team. Because one thing is for sure, the only thing that's constant is change, but there's always somebody who's going to have that opportunity if they're willing to work. And believe me, no one works harder than making your dreams come true when it comes to travel than AAA. And don't forget, I hope to see you at the Pittsburgh Travel Showcase on the first show of the new year, Talking Travel, this Saturday at 11 with Andrea Benacki and me on KDK. Much love, Tracy. Have a great retirement.